want to welcome you to our Tuesday night meetup, which is the Medical Tai Chi, Qigong, and Bagua meetup. And this is, we sort of do this as a community outreach of our ministry at Tai M. And all are welcome, all are invited. And we've been having uh, some great sessions and going over a lot of Qigong material as well as the Tai Chi form. The Tai Chi form, as you've heard me say, has about 300 different postures and movements, and they're broken down into thirds. So the first third has about 100, the second the same, and of course the final third also has about 100 postures. And we've done the first third of the form. And so we're focusing our attention to the Qigong aspect as opposed to the moving meditations for now. Each of the postures that we cover have a healing effect on a certain part of the body, a certain internal organ or meridian flow in the body. Yesterday we gave the complete basic Tai Chi Qigong yesterday. Today we're going to focus on White Tiger meditation. This is another internal art. Traditionally, the internal arts of China are Tai Chi, which is the most well known, and the least well known are Bagua and Xingyi. And today we want to cover some postures from another, even lesser known internal art called White Tiger or Bok Fu Pao. And we're going to cover the seated meditations, the static seated meditations. There are 14 postures, as well as the 18 standing static postures of White Tiger Kung Fu. Without further ado, now, one of the other things I want to explain about White Tiger. Now, yesterday, every posture, we did the Tai Chi postures yesterday. We also did the Bagua palm changes, the 10 palm changes from my system. Every time we did a posture yesterday in Tai Chi or Bagua, I told you what internal organ or meridian system that particular posture was affected. With White Tiger, it's a little different. Whereas Tai Chi and Bagua, okay, so hold this posture for this amount of time, put a timer here, and when it goes ding like an egg timer or whatever, you can stop. White Tiger doesn't like you to do that. When White Tiger will say hold a posture for 5 minutes, but it wants you to be intuitive about it. It wants you to hold the posture for as long as you think 5 minutes occurs, not use a timer. Instead of telling you exactly which internal organ or meridian system a particular posture affects, many times it will not tell you this. It wants you to feel which meridian system is being affected, or at least to you. It wants you to be sensitive to whatever you're experiencing while you're doing the meditation. So I won't be telling you which meridian or internal organ each of these postures are affected. White Tiger wants you to discover that for yourself by being intuitive or perhaps you can, if you study the meridians, find out where they're located in the body. It is, I won't say it's easy, but it's possible to deduce the possible affecting organ. If you become familiar with the various meridians, you can associate them with various postures and perhaps determine which internal organs are being affected by which posture. Now, one of the things that I have introduced into the system is another level of meditation inside of the meditation itself. With any of these meditations, it is possible, and I didn't set it up, maybe I'll do it tomorrow, but one of the meditations that I learned, there was a Buddhist chant to it. But, you know, I'm not fluent in Chinese, and I don't like chanting something that I don't know the meaning of. Mm-hmm. And immediately I got the idea, well, you know, that's a Buddhist chant from their religion. My religion has chants too in Hebrew, and prayers to chant Hebrew with a certain pace and cadence. In order to enhance my meditation, why don't I listen to Hebraic chants? And it, you know, just really exploded, you know, in my spirit when I got that revelation, and I began to do research and pick out certain chants to do. We won't get into the chants probably tonight. As you know, as I told you last night, because of the upcoming religious holidays of Passover and the first 12 days of April corresponding to the first 12 days of the biblical month of Nisan, and by Kabbalistic tradition, the first 12 days correspond to the first 12 months of the year. Nisan is the beginning of months. It's the first month of the biblical calendar. So the first 12 days of the first month of the biblical calendar actually represent each of the 12 months of the year. So we do special prayers and meditations and different services in order to plant the seed that we want to receive the fruit of for the rest of the year. So we won't be meeting until pretty much toward the end of the month. And so what I decided to do was have a special session or special sessions Monday, like yesterday, today, which is our normal meeting time, and also tomorrow to sort of make up for the 2 or 3 weeks. And we had a family emergency last week. My wife, Leslie, sliced open her finger. We had 10 minutes before class was supposed to start and a meetup, and had to take her to the emergency room and get her finger stitched up. So we didn't have class last week, so I decided to try to have a makeup session for last week and also make up for the 2 weeks that we won't be meeting in the upcoming weeks. Won't quite be 2 weeks. Well, it will be. We won't meet again until the 22nd of April, Tuesday the 22nd. So I wanted to give you a lot of material to work on, just in case, you know, you don't make it to some of the sessions that we're going to be having from April, actually from March 31st, 7 p.m. March 31st to, what is that, March 11th, Friday evening at 7 p.m. Every night we're going to have...
April 11th.
April 11th.
Yeah.
Okay. Every night we're going to have a special presentation and perhaps demonstration on various topics, from neuroplastic Kabbalah to the meditations, as well as, or more specifically and more importantly, the 12 name, the 10 names of God as they correspond to the 10 Sephirot and how to meditate on those. And so we'll be covering those meditations, probably roughly one per night over the 12-day period. Well, let's get right to it. Now, I had covered the 14 seated postures. Stretch out this leg. His knee is giving me problems ever since last night. I've got to really start, I plan to really start doing these every day. Like I said last night, say maybe on Sunday, do the Tai Chi meditations. Monday, do the Bagua palm changes. Wednesday, kind of give the body a break and do the 14 seated meditations. And then on Thursday, do the 18 standing meditations. And then Friday, do the Bagua postures. Not the palm changes, but the postures from the circular form. They really work on the spinal column, the central nervous system. The central nervous system is the communication pathway from the brain to your entire body. So anytime you enhance that, you enhance the performance of all your internal organs, as well as the fact that it's Bagua itself, the art itself, and the postures are actually craniosacrum therapy. And when we get to those, you'll see. I mean, it's like someone is just twisting you. I like to call it Chinese yoga in a way, without bending over and getting yourself into positions that are extremely difficult. You can pretty much get the same effect because you're working on the central nervous system, and you can cause those muscles to relax and lengthen, even though you're not stretching them all out or have yourself tied up like a pretzel the way yoga does. Don't get me wrong, I think yoga is I've never really practiced yoga, but I see the benefit. As a martial artist, I used to do a lot of stretching, so I know how good stretching is for you. And Bagua kind of gives you a stretch without stretching. And you'll see what I'm talking about tomorrow when we go over that. But when I went over the 14 seated postures before, I put them up on the screen on the TV behind me. We tried to film the TV, and I looked at those on YouTube, and yeah, it's really really rough, and I probably will take them down. And I promised I would demonstrate them live anyway. So here I am, or I might leave them so that you can, if you can stand watching them, you can. And I may give a lot of more information there, but hopefully you'll like seeing me better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, in White Tiger, as I have told you before, we did some breathing combinations for moving meditation, but I didn't get into the moving meditation, but I did reveal the breathing combination. White Tiger has its own unique breathing system. Tai Chi and Bagua, you put your tongue at the roof of your mouth and breathe in and out your nose, using the diaphragm. You do that also in White Tiger, but you have what we call percentage breath combinations to every posture. And usually every posture has a different percentage breath combination. Some may have the same, some may have none at all. But usually about 98% of the time, it's going to be a unique breath combination. And what I mean by that, and I'm going to turn to the side to sort of illustrate this with my hands. Let's say my two palms here, my two hands are my diaphragm. And my normal breathing comes out about this far, if I'm just breathing normally and naturally. In White Tiger meditations, the instruction will be to take a full breath, say to here, and then it may say, let out 50% of the air. And then it'll say, take a full breath from that point. And when you take a full breath from that point, you don't go to where you were before, you go there and beyond. Okay? So you've increased your breathing capacity by 50%.
Yeah.
Then you let all that air out. Then you take a full breath again. And maybe this time it says, let out 90% when you exhale. And then take a full breath from there. You've increased your breathing capacity by 10%. The higher percentage that you let out, the lower the percentage, that you increase. Okay? Then you let that out again, and you take out, and then you take a full breath, your normal full breath, and then it may say let out 10%, and then take a full breath from that point. Whoa, now you've increased it 90%.
If you can do it.
And this stretching of the abdomen, we call it a drumming, it produces what we call a drumming, and, like when you, take a snare drum and you stretch that skin, lock it down, it produces a drumming and a vibrating effect on your internal organs. That stretching actually puts a force on your internal organs, and it's almost like massaging your kidneys, your liver, your adrenal glands on your kidneys, your pancreas, your spleen, your gallbladder, all your internal organs.
You actually do that in your sleep, just so you know.
Well, my wife says I do that in my sleep. I don't know.
You do.
But
So take in air, let it out, take a bigger breath.
okay.
Sorry.
But you'll feel that drumming and vibrating effect as you do the breathing patterns.
Right there.
Okay? And like I said, that massages your internal organs. It packs in more chi, gathers more chi in, and plus it's like an internal workout on your internal organs when that happens. And that's what makes White Tiger meditation so interesting. And the Grandmaster that taught me, when I would tell him my experiences, he would say, some things don't need to be said, Vince. He didn't want me to express in words to him what I experienced. Remember I said, White Tiger wants you to kind of be in tune with whatever you're feeling. So I'll follow his lead a little bit, but I like to know what you're feeling, and tell me, But you're going to get some sensations when you do this. It's a difficult thing to do. It's not real easy to do, and you will get some sensations. Okay, and they're great. They're good. They're good for you, good to you. Okay. Now, the 14.
I do have a question.
What's the question?
When you do the breathing, why the stomach and not the lungs? Did you tell that stuff before? Like
this is the way you breathe when you were. This is the way you breathe when you were in your mother's womb. This is the natural way of breathing from the diaphragm. Okay. When you look at pictures of the Buddha, it's not that the Buddha was fat what they're trying to illustrate. They're saying the Buddha was fat with chi. That big belly was because he's taking in chi, a lot of chi and storing it. And that's the reason for, the big belly of the Buddha. Not that the Buddha eats a lot and, is fat. And breathing from the diaphragm, just using the diaphragm, stomach expanding only, you know, out and then back in, out as you breathe in and back in as you breathe out. That's the way you breathe as a baby. We call that prenatal breathing. This thing with the chest, we learn to do that. That's a learned thing as we have gotten older and we take shorter breaths. We get what does a person do when they have an anxiety attack? Do they breathe nice and deep and slow with their abdomen?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. With the diaphragm? Absolutely not. When they're having it's short. You have to calm them down and give them a paper bag and say, breathe. Okay, slow, breathe. Nice. You have to get them back into prenatal breathing with the diaphragm because they'll be boom until they pass out because you can't get enough air breathing just, with the lungs like that without really using the diaphragm. They don't expel the CO2 enough and pop, goes the weasel, they're out. Okay? So that's the reason for the slow breathing with the diaphragm, keeping the chest as still as possible. It might move a little.
Yeah, the chest has to.
Okay?
You do breathe through your
But,
nose.
the better you get at doing this, the less it will rise. Okay? So let's go ahead and I want to cover all 14. Okay? You need a pen and a piece of paper because you can't remember this.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to write. You don't have to give one. I've got the notes here for you.
Okay.
Okay.
I
But
had it written down last time.
grab a pen and piece of paper. If you're watching live, go run and grab a pen and a piece of paper, a pencil and a piece of paper. Or if you've got your smartphone and you just want to record it into your smartphone, you can do that as well. Okay. And then you'll always have this video presentation. Okay. Now, the first posture. Okay, both hands, palm up, right hand and left hand, thumbs touching. The breathing combination is 80, 70, 50. 80, 70, 50. Now, the first posture, you would take your left palm, face the palm up, take your right palm up, and sit it just gently in your lap, and then touch your thumbs together. You'll make like a triangle with your thumbs. And when I say that the breathing pattern is 80, 70, 50, on all of these, without exception, on all of these, on every white tiger meditation that I know of, okay, you will take 3 breaths, breathing in your nose and out your nose. Take 3 breaths, breathing in your nose and out your nose. Okay, 1, 2, 3. After the third, after you let the air out from the third breath, you will take a full breath and you will let out 80% of the air. From that point, you will take a full breath again, expanding. And then you will let out all of the air. Then you would take a full breath, let out 70%. Take out a full breath from that point. Release all the air. Take a full breath, let out 50%. Take a full breath from that point. Let it all out. Then take 3 breaths. No, not at that, excuse me. Then you will breathe normally for 3 to 5 minutes. The 3 to 5 minutes should include the time that you were doing the percentage breath. Remember, you have to be intuitive. You can put a timer, but traditionally, they would estimate the time as to how they felt. At the end of, say, 5 minutes, you would take 3 breaths and come out of the meditation. Come out of the meditation by breathing in, breathing the hand up, pushing down, and breathing out. Okay? That would be for posture number 1. Hands, left hand under, right hand inside that, thumbs touching. That's posture number 1. Has an 80, 70, 50 breath pattern. Posture number 2, both hands, palms up, resting on knees, making okay sign. The breathing combination is 50-20. 50-20. Okay? Just like this, palms face up, resting on your knees, your upper knees or lower thigh, whatever you want to call it, the traditional palm up. Then you will take your index finger and touch it to your thumb, like you're making two okay signs. Palm up. Take 3 breaths to begin, then begin the 50-20 breathing pattern. After you finish the breathing pattern, you will breathe naturally with the tongue at the roof of your mouth, in your nose, out your nose, for 3 to 5 minutes. However long you can hold the posture. If you can only do it 30 seconds at first, do 30, then work up to a minute, then a minute and a half, 2 minutes, or whatever, till you finally get up to 5 minutes. At least 5 minutes is the minimum recommended time. Okay, that's posture number 2. Palms, hands making the okay sign, palms up, 50-20 breath combination. When you come out of that, after 5 minutes, take 3 breaths, come out, bring the hands up, breathe it in, breathe down. And then you would go into posture, immediately go into posture number 3. Both hands, palms up, resting on knees, palms are open in this one. Breath pattern is 70-60-10. 70, 60, 10. 70, 60, 10. Now the palms are just open. 70, 60, 10. 3 breaths to begin. 3, and when you finish the combination, 3 breaths to come out. When I say 3 breaths to begin, you begin with 3 breaths, and you do the breathing pattern as I described earlier. Then after you do your 3 to 5 minutes, 3 breaths to end. Okay? So posture number 3, hands up. Palms up, I should say, resting on your knees. Posture number 4 is the prayer posture. 90, 70, 50, 30. The breathing combination is 90, 70, 50, 30. And that's simply hands in front of your body. Don't put them on your chest like this. That cuts off the chi. Have your arms away from your body. Try to leave a little bit of a quad space up under your arm. Here. You keep your back straight, your shoulders relaxed, as always. Okay? Now you can do these seated postures. I'm sitting on a meditation bench. This is better for your back than just sitting cross-legged, say, on the floor or on the pillow. You can sit on the couch, you can sit on the bed, you can sit on the ground. You can also just sit in the chair. with your legs, you know, open and your back straight, your shoulders nice and relaxed. You know, your knees won't be this high if you're sitting in a chair. You'll, you know, be down lower, and you can just do these while sitting in a chair with your back nice and erect. Don't slouch. Okay. Keep the back nice and erect while doing these. All right. So that was posture number 4, was the prayer posture. Okay. 90, 70, 50, 30. And throughout all of these, your tongue is on the roof of your mouth. You're breathing in your nose, out your nose. In your nose, out your nose. Okay, 5. Posture number 5. The left hand is in prayer posture. The right hand lies across the body, palm up. Left elbow rests on right fingertips. The combination is 20-50. 20-50. 20-50. Okay? My right arm, I have the prayer posture about right here, just under my nose. My elbow rests gently on my right fingertips. My forearm is parallel to the floor. Okay? Keep your, you know, I don't want to be like this. If you can see me, I'm slouching now. I don't want to be doing this like this. I want to be nice and tall and straight as I do this. Okay? Let me show you the bad. I don't want to be sitting there, you know, doing this. Bending, you know, with a C back. My back looks like the letter C. I want it to be more straight with that S curve, sitting straight up. Head, don't want my head back like this, don't want it down like this. Love it as I do the posture. Okay? That was number 5. Okay? Number 6, both hands are held head level, palms facing out. Look through the hands. This one you do with the eyes open. That's another thing I should have I omitted. These are done with your eyes closed. But as you're learning them, do them with your eyes open so that you can count, you know, like this one. I want to see that my right arm is parallel to the floor. You know, I want to look and see that my hand is in the center of my body, not over here, or not over there. So in the beginning, do them with your eyes open. I want to look at my legs and, you know, kind of look at my shoulders. Do my shoulders look like they're slumping, or do they look like they're erect? You know, do I have that, you know, kind of assess myself in the beginning. After a while, you're going to get more intuitive, and you'll do these with your eyes closed. And you'll be able to feel a right posture. You'll know how, because you look at it, you'll feel it. Wouldn't be bad. If you can do this in front of a mirror, that'd be great. So in the beginning, do these with your eyes open, okay? And as you progress, do them with your eyes closed. Now, you can do them without the basic way. You can do these without the breath combination. Okay? Just breathe in and out for 5 minutes in the beginning. Don't do the breath combination if you don't want to. Okay? If you want to take it easy, just do these. Hold these postures, just breathing in and out with the diaphragm, in and out naturally, nice and deep. You're not straining, you're just your natural breath, nice and deep. Nice deep breath, back and forth. Can't really demonstrate. I can't demonstrate it and talk to you at the same time. But just breathing in and out from the diaphragm. Nice, clearing, cleansing breath. Getting in good air, good chi, and breathing it out. and just do that for 3 to 5 minutes. That's the basic way to do each and every one of these. Then, as you feel more comfortable, more advanced, your body is a little stronger, you know that you're staying erect, then you can close your eyes, and maybe you might do it just nice and slow with your eyes closed. Then once you have mastered that, you can do the breath combination. So it's like, really, it's like 3 ways to do it. What I would say a basic, an intermediary, intermediate level, and then the advanced level. The basic level is with the eyes open, breathing for 3 to 5 minutes or however long you can hold the posture. Okay? That's the basic level. The intermediate level would be with the eyes closed, breathing 3 to 5 minutes or however long you can hold the posture. The advanced level will be done with the breath combination and your eyes closed for 3 to 5 minutes. You can even add a 4th level. You can do the breath combination with your eyes open for a while too, and then proceed to the advanced level with your eyes closed. So actually there can be 4 levels. The 3rd level can be doing it with the breath combination and your eyes open, and then doing it with the breath combination and your eyes closed. Okay, so let's get, we were at number 6. All right, the breath combination, it's the only one that you do with your eyes open all the time. The breath combination is 20-50, 20-50. Both hands are held back straight, and you look through that little triangle right there. Palms facing out. Okay? A little higher than head, you know, your fingers can be a little higher than your head. Okay? And look through that triangle. 20-50. Number 6. Number 7, this is, we're halfway there. This one, there's no breath pattern for number 7. Okay? You just breathe in and out for 3 to 5 minutes, tongue at the roof of your mouth. Both hands rest on your knees, palm down. No breath combo. Right here. Now, I gave a little bit more detail on these, on that ugly video. So if you want a little bit more detail about things, listen.
Watch the adult video with the manual.
Yeah, listen to, watch that one. But, you know, this one you'll be able to see exactly what's going on. This is going to be a lot clearer and sharper, and you can see what I'm, what I'm talking about in the video from, I think it was 2 weeks ago that we did
I
that.
should have been number 8, I think.
Okay.
The mind reader number 8 video.
Okay. Remember, this is number 7. Both hands palm down on your knees. Back straight, erect, almost like a little soldier. Don't stick your chest way out, but just back is straight. Good posture. Head level. That's number 7. Halfway there. No breath control on number 7. Number 8 is the opposite of number 5. The breath pattern is 70, 50, and 5. 70, 50, and 5. Opposite of number 5, which is here. This time, it's the right half prayer, and the left hand, left arm is parallel to the floor across your body. Body is erect, remember, just about nose height right here. It's a little lower, just, don't go any lower than, probably your lips. The chin would be a little, see, it doesn't look right, chin. It's got to be about right here. About nose, no lower than lips. So between nose and lip level. Okay? Palm up, On the left, keep a little bit of a quad there if you can. Okay. And breathe. 3 to go in, the breath combination, 3 to come out after 3 to 5 minutes. That is number 8. Number 9, left hand is held overhead, palm up. Right hand rest in lap, palm up in OK sign. 70-30 is the breath pattern. Number 9, 70-30 is the breath pattern. Left hand over your head like this, almost like you're trying to block out the sun. Right hand makes the OK sign again and just rest in the center of your lap. Look straight ahead. You should, looking straight ahead, you should just be able to see the bottom of your thumb in your peripheral vision. Palm is palm up, not like this, palm up or out. Or it could even be back a little bit, okay? Okay, that's number 9. OK sign, just rest your forearm, sort of rest on your thigh, and right here in front of your groin area, palm is up in the OK sign. Okay. Number 10 is opposite of number 9. Breath pattern, again, is 70-30. Breath pattern is 70-30. This one, the hand is up. Left palm makes the OK sign. Rest right here at your groin. 70-30 breath combo. Look straight ahead. You should be able to see, detect your thumb out of your periphery. Okay, number 11. Left hand is held in center of chest, palm down. Right hand in lap, palm up. Both hands make the OK sign. Only one breath combo, 50% only. One breath combo, okay? Left hand held in center of chest, palm down. Right hand held in lap, palm up. Both hands make the OK sign. So, make the OK sign, the thumb touching the index finger. Right here, about right where your sternum is, out. Don't hold it like this, hold it out, keep the claw up under the arm. Take the right arm, put it in your lap, right here in your groin, palm up, in line with each other. Keep yourself straight. Only one breath pattern, 50%. Okay? Number 11. Well, that was number 11, excuse me. Number 12. 12 is opposite 11. Now take both hands making the OK sign. Put the right hand where your sternum is. If your sternum is where your chest starts and ends and your stomach begins. Just starting to get soft. Okay? And take the left and put it in your lap, right in front of your groin, and do the breath pattern. The breath pattern here is 30, only one breath pattern, 30%. Number 11 was 50%, with the left over right was 50. With the right over left for number 12 is only 30. 30. Okay, 13. Left hand is in the half prayer position. Right hand is palm up and open in lap. 70-30. 70-30. Okay? So 13, left hand in the half prayer. Right hand, palm up in your lap in front of your groin. 70-30. 70-30. Okay? Number 14 is the opposite of 13. Okay? Right hand is in the prayer. Okay. Left hand is palm up. The prayer combo is 3, 10. Very difficult. Remember, the lower the number, the harder it's going to be. 3% means that you're going to expand your breath by 97%. 10% means once you let out 10% of the air, you're going to expand your breath capacity by 90%. So here, right here. Okay. Now, that's number 14. Like I say, on a Wednesday, just do those, you know, my goodness, if you just do each one of these, say 3 minutes, that's going to be 40, 46, 49. Going to be almost an hour if you do them 3 minutes. If you do them 5, it's even more. You might only want to do them for 2, but you're sitting down. But they can get to you, you know, hold them here, hold them there, keep it erect, staying erect. It can be a workout.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you keep your legs crossed, you notice I have my left foot closest to my body, and I have my right foot over that.
Mm-hmm.
I need to find out if it makes a difference if the right foot is in front or the left. I've seen different teachers do both. I see them do the right, I see them do the left. I don't think it makes any difference because the main thing is when you cross your legs, you cut off the chi from circulating through your legs. And you focus the chi from the waist up. Okay? So doing these seated postures, you're focusing chi from the waist up. When you do the Tai Chi postures, remember you're standing while doing all of the Tai Chi postures and exercises. You're standing. Okay, you need to adjust that.
Right,
Okay.
you're standing.
Okay. I was just saying that I don't think it makes a difference if you have the right leg,
Right.
you know, crossed over the left or the left over the right. I've seen different masters do both ways. And it really shouldn't make a difference because when you cross the legs, I might be repeating myself because we had to reset the camera. But when you cross the legs, you cut off the chi flow in your legs. It's completely cut off. And you focus the chi in your to circulate in your upper body only. So it's a way of focusing and concentrating the chi in the upper half of your body. The Tai Chi postures and the Bagua postures, you stand. So chi is coming up through the legs. You know, you got chi circulating through the legs as well as the upper body. The entire body, chi is circulating. You know, up through the legs, up into, you know, the dantian, and then through the rest of the body. So when you cross your leg, that happens. When your legs are uncrossed, even sitting in a chair, not as much you're circulating chi in the legs. Not as much as you do when you stand. So remember that, you know, when you do the seated postures, you're really focusing that chi in your upper body. Now, moving right along, we're making good time. We're going to do the standing postures. Okay, there are 18 standing postures. It's going to take a minute. You got to give us a minute while Leslie, we're going to do the standing postures now. And so you have to move the camera, readjust the cameras. Right. So let's give us a minute while we do that, while we readjust the cameras.
This is just hold up.
Be a little bit quiet. I'll try to keep talking if I can think of some other things to tell you. No. It's not gonna be too close.
Are you moving?
I'm gonna stay right here.
I can go back. Okay. Head to toe,
Yeah, so of course.
you ready?
What about this one?
Do that. All right, you ready for it?
Now, these are the 18 standing static white tiger postures. Okay, posture, remember, now to get into these, you're going to adopt what we call a horse stance, just like we did for the Bagua posture. Your feet are parallel to each other, toes pointed straight ahead. Do not collapse your knees in like this. Bow your knees out so that your legs make a wishbone. Okay? You bend your knees so that they are just over your toe, your big toe, just like in all the Tai Chi postures. Okay? You tuck your bun under. Okay? Back is straight. Feet are slightly wider than shoulder width. Okay? Posture number one, take your left hand, put it under your stomach, under your navel. Take your right hand, just like it's the same as posture number one for the seated posture. Touch your thumbs together so they make that triangle. Put your hands down. And just as in all of the white tiger breathing, okay, the back is straight, but you tuck your bun under, just like we, let your pelvis do the Elvis, as you say. Hand, right hand inside of the left hand, resting on the left, thumbs touching. Now, that's posture number one. The breathing pattern for all of the standing meditations is the same. Okay? And I can't believe I didn't write down the breathing pattern. I had to. Okay. Here it is. The breathing pattern or combo for all of the 18 standing meds is 90, 80, 70, 50. 90%, 80%, 70%, 50%. 90, 80, 70, 50. So I'm not going to, since they're all exactly the same, I'm not going to repeat them per posture each time. Remember, for all 18 standing white tiger meditations, the breathing combo is the same. 90, 80, 70, 50. And you 3 breaths to begin, 3 breaths coming out, hold it for 3 to 5 minutes. Okay? Once again, posture number one, the feet are shoulder width apart, a little wider than shoulder width apart. Bend your knees out, just like you're on a horse, riding a horse. Let your legs make that wishbone. Okay? Let your pelvis do the Elvis. Your knees are just bent slightly so that they're just over your toes or almost just over your toes. Okay? Nice and erect. Shoulders are relaxed, but the back is straight. Left palm, right here. Right palm, rest inside the left. Thumbs touching, eyes straight ahead. Again, the basic way is to do these with the eyes open. The intermediate way would be to do it with the eyes closed, just breathing in and out with no breath combination. And then the more advanced way would be to do the breath combinations and close your eyes. You could have one more step in there, just like with the seated ones, where you do the breath combination but have your eyes open until you feel comfortable enough to do it in the most advanced way with your eyes closed and doing the breath combination. Okay? That was number one. Number two, both hands held overhead, palms facing out. We're back in that horse stance again. Palms facing out, hands held overhead. This is number two. Okay, feet a little wider than shoulder width. Your legs are bowled out like you're making a wishbone or you're on a horse. That's why it's called a horse back riding stance or a horse stance. Pelvis doing the Elvis. Shoulders are relaxed. Back is straight. Head is low. That's number two. Remember the breath combo is the same. Number three, right hand is held in center of chest, half prayer. Left hand at left side, straight down, the palm facing your thigh. Okay? Left hand real easy, just in a natural position at your side, on your side of your thigh. Right hand right here. Keep the quad under the armpit. Right here, nose level. Okay? That's number three, very easy. Number four is the opposite of three. Right hand right here. Okay? Left hand right here. Keep the quad. All right? Nose low, eyes straight. That was number four. Number five, prayer posture with both hands. Number five, backward stand, right here. Keep the quad, space on the arm, right here. Okay? You do these 3 to 5 minutes also. They're also done with the eyes closed at the advanced level. Number six, left hand is in half prayer. Right arm held horizontally across body. Left elbow rests in right palm at the fingertips. Okay, we saw this in the seated posture. My left hand in the prayer position. My right. Okay, and you want this, you don't want this resting on your body. You want this out. Okay? Parallel, but try to keep the quad. This is more difficult this way with it not resting on your body. So put it here, you know, that's easy to do. Kind of want it out. It's going to be more challenging. Elvis, you know, you don't want to bend over. Pelvis doing the Elvis. Straight. Okay, that was number six. Number seven is the opposite of six. Right hand here, left, keeping the quad open. Number seven. I don't know about you, but those postures, I'm so tight, I'm so yang, as they say. I feel the stretch between my shoulder blades and up and down my spine doing these. By holding these postures properly, it's like it's gently stretching from my spine outward between my shoulder blades and my shoulders. Okay, that was number seven. Number eight, both hands held straight out, palms facing up. Fingers make OK sign, thumb to forefinger, elbows bent at 90 degrees. Number 8, both hands held straight out, palms facing up, fingers making the OK sign, elbows bent at 90 degrees at about waist level. Okay, here, make the OK sign, 90 degrees at about waist level. In other words, if you held your hands, just let your hands hang, bend them up to they're parallel to the ground. Okay, that would be 90 degrees. You could maybe extend them to open up the quads just a little. Okay? Don't close them off, that's easy. Extend them just a little so that you open up the quads just a little. You're still keeping them at about 90 degrees. Okay? All right. Number 9. Left palm held straight out to the left side. Right palm held by right side, straight down, facing left. Left palm held straight out to left side. Okay? Right hands, do the easy hand first. Right here, just held naturally. Palm facing your thigh. Left palm straight out. Okay? Past 90 degrees. 90 degrees would be like this. Okay? 45 degrees would be like that, so we don't want that. We want it straight out, but we want a slight bend in our, you don't want to be like your traffic cop stopping traffic. Slight bend. Okay? You look straight ahead. Looking straight ahead. Okay? Palm up. That, like that. Keep the palm up. All right? All right. Number 10 is the opposite of 9. Here. Put a little bit more bend in your elbow.
Yeah.
Okay, you want it even with you. You don't want to be holding it up like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not even. Well, it can be about right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No higher than your head.
Okay.
Okay, that's number 10. Number 11. Both hands held straight out in front, palms facing up and open, elbows at 45 degrees. Both hands held straight out in front, palms facing up and open, elbows at 45. Number 11. Here, palms up, about 45 degrees. That's 90. 45 is almost, you want to keep that quad. This is almost like the Tai Chi. Okay? Right here. Almost like the palms are facing, but on an angle at about 45 degrees. That means count 45 is going to be, this is 90. 45 is kind of close to you. Still keeping, you know, that quad up under here. Okay. Number 12, both hands held straight out, both hands held straight up and overhead, palms facing up and open. Fingers of both hands are pointed at each other, elbows about 90 degrees or more. Read that again. Both hands held straight up overhead, facing up and open. Fingers of both hands are pointed at each other, elbows about 90 degrees plus. Okay? Overhead like that, like you're trying to push something up. Okay? 90 degrees or a little more. This is 90. Pushing out, it's a little past 90. Just about 90. 90 to 93. Okay?
Got it.
All right? Okay, 13, both hands held straight out to the sides. Palm heel posture, slight bend in the elbows. 13, pretty easy. Palm heel is like you're trying to hit somebody with the heel of your palm. Both hands this time. Straight out. Okay. 13, 14, left hand half prayer, right hand palm up, an OK sign just below knee. Left hand half prayer, right hand palm up, an OK sign just below knee. Okay, we see this here. Right hand just below your knee, making the OK sign. Palm up, making the OK sign. Right there at your nose.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
15 is the opposite of 14. Okay. Right hand is here. Left just below knee. Keep the quads open. Okay. 16. Right palm held over center of stomach, palm down. Left palm held over center of stomach, palm down. Directly 8 inches under right palm, roughly. Right palm held over center of stomach, palm down. Left palm held over center of stomach, palm down. Directly under right palm, 8 inches. Okay, like this. Move your stomach. Right in line with each other. Remember good horse stance? Okay. Back straight, keeping those quads open.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 17. Right palm held across body in line with left shoulder at nose and eye level for fingers. Right palm held across body in line with left shoulder at nose and eye level for fingers. Number 17. They said right palm, right palm. This one, it's almost like the half prayer that is held across the body. Fingers about shoulder level. Keeping the quad about shoulder. Okay. Number 18 has 3 parts. Part 1. Both hands held straight out in front, palms facing up at shoulder level, like we did for number 11, and 45 degrees. Okay? Part 1, both hands held straight out in front, palms facing up at shoulder level, like number 11, 45 degrees. Okay? Right here. Okay, that's part 1. Part 2, both hands extended, elbows almost locked at shoulder level. So we start off here, 45, then you extend so they're almost, don't lock them, they extend to here. Keep them both at shoulder level. 45 degrees here, past 90 here, part 1 and part 2. Okay, part 3. Both hands pulled back close to body, about shoulder level. Elbows 45 degrees or less. Palms are face up for all parts. Okay, divide the time up equally amongst all three parts. So part one is here. Part two is here. Part three, you pull them back. Okay? Now, I'm going to have to give you some more instruction on that. When you're doing the breath pattern there of 90, 80, 70, and 50, you come here, you do your 3 breaths to start with part one. When you do the 90%, you extend. Okay? And then when you do 80, okay, you're going to bring back. And you're going to be moving from part one to part two to part three while you're doing the 90, 80, 70, and 50. So when you do the 90, you're here. When you do the 80, you're here. When you do the 70, you're here. When you do the 50, you come back out here. Okay? And then you start breathing naturally. And as you breathe naturally, you're going to keep rotating. And you have to, it's supposed to be equal amount. You're supposed to divide the entire 3 to 5 minutes, including the breath control sequence. You're supposed to do parts 1, 2, and 3 equally. Now, how do you do that? You know, it's intuitive again. I'm going to give you a way to do that the next time. Not tomorrow. I don't know if I'll get into it tomorrow, Wednesday, when we do the Bagua postures. But when we meet on the 21st, I'll give you some detailed meditation chants to do while you're doing all of the Tai Chi, the Bagua, and the White Tiger. So, standing position number 18, part 1 is here at 45-degree angle. Part 2 is out. Part 3, bring the hands back. Then go here, 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 here. The whole time you're breathing. I think you cycle between, I don't think you go from here out to here, then back to here. You'll never figure, if you do that, you'll never be able to divide it equally. So the best thing to do, if you're trying to be in part 1, 2, and 3 an equal amount of time over those 3 to 5 minutes, you would have to go from here to here to here to here, you know, just keep cycling back that way, I think. So those are the 14 seated postures for White Tiger and the breath combination, and the 18 standing static postures for White Tiger. Remember, the standing has 90, 80, 70, 50 for all of the 18 postures.
90, 80, 70, 50. For all 50, 18.
90, 80, 70, 50 for all 18 postures.
Right.
And this, except for posture number 18, as you saw, they're static. You stand still. And all 14 postures seated were static. You hold the position. Now, there are a number of seated meditations where you move the whole time, but you're seated. There are standing postures where you move the whole time. When I say move, your feet stay stationary. It's your body that moves, your arms and maybe your waist that move. Same thing seated. Okay? I think you got more than enough right now. Like I said yesterday, I would start, one day do the Tai, you can do it whatever days you want. One day I would do all of the Tai Chi postures for Qigong. Another day I would do all of the palm change, the Bagua palm changes on another day. Then on another day I would do all of the 14 seated white tiger meditations. On another day, the 18 standing white tiger meditations. And then again on another day, I would do the Bagua postures that I'm going to show you. So that's 5. If I have enough time, I'm going to show you a 6th method. I believe you should do these 6 times a week and rest on the Sabbath. On the Sabbath, which is sundown Saturday to sundown, which is sundown Friday to sundown Saturday, rest, don't do anything. So I'd like to give you 6 different meditative methods so that each day you can do one. Or you can take one and do it, if you really like one the best, you think you get the most out of one in particular, you might want to do one all 6 days or whatever. I'm personally going to try doing the Tai Chi on Sunday, the Bagua palm changes on Monday, the seated white tiger on Tuesday, and the standing white tiger on Wednesday, and the Bagua postures on Thursday. And then if I have enough time to show you, I'll show you a 6th method. This 6th method is really not Qigong, it's more for body conditioning than anything, but you can do it in a meditative way. So if we have enough time tomorrow, I'll show you that 6th method, or at least some of it. You can get some of it out of there, in there. And you can, like I said, I want to do the seated postures sort of midway through the week, give my legs a rest. I would do this, if you're going to do 6 days, on that 3rd day, I make sure I do that seated. Okay, however you mix it up. If you do it every day for 6 days or whatever, or 5 days, on that 3rd day, I would make sure I do that seated, kind of give my legs a little midweek rest by doing the seated postures. Okay?
Okay.
And the Bagua postures that I'm going to show you tomorrow, you might want to do those the end of the week. They're real difficult, so you want to kind of be loosened up from the, from the days before. I wouldn't want to do the Bagua postures, on Monday morning, after doing nothing. Okay, that's it. I'll see you tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. I know you're going to enjoy these. Get in touch with us. Let us know your experiences with them. Shalom. Good night.
Oh, thank you.